So this is our 28mm Masters of the Universe game that our group ran on the past weekend here. Basically, it's a dungeon crawler that is set in the Masters of the Universe world using homebrew rules that I've had that we've played through a couple times and I've made some adjustments to. So the tiles I created, those are available on my Drive-Thru RPG site. Everything is printed on flat paper for the tiles, and then the scenery itself is a bunch of stuff that's either 3D printed or used from other manufacturers like Grendel Scotia, Ralph Partha, various bits I picked up at conventions and stuff, just to make it fun. Now, I find that the stuff that's in the 1980s, like fantasy setting or sci-fi setting, blends really well for like the Eternia universe. So the mission here in this particular game was each of the three players had two heroes that they had to infiltrate Snake Mountain and rescue the Sorceress, Mossman, and to recover the Orb of Power. So each character has their own abilities and their own enchanted weapons and stack cards, as well as the different things that they encounter. If you ever looked at my blog for the Snake Hunt, Operation Snake Hunt game that I ran at Historicon years ago, but it was basically a 1980s G.I. Joe dungeon crawler, where it was going through a modern facility that was Cobra occupied. This is used the exact same kind of rule mechanics, and I have those rules up on the blog itself, so if you want to hop over there, you can check it out. But basically, you have tokens that are generated each turn, and there's different things that affect the number of tokens generated. For the G.I. Joe game, it was surveillance cameras. For this game, you had guardian watchers that the players could either try to cast a spell on with Porco to try to mask the party's movements, or they could just straight up destroy. But then what happens is when you roll to reveal one of the blip encounters that comes down the hallway, it gives it a plus modifier, making it probably a much worse encounter. So what happened was the players did really good at policing those units as they move forward, but still, as you keep going, turn after turn, blips get generated, and as they stack, each stack is a +1 on that chart to reveal. So towards the end, they were hitting some big characters, but for the most part, they did well. They went through everything. Everyone that they came across, the toughest customers they ran across as far as the characters were probably, the villains were probably Blast Attack and Faker He-Man, because Faker He-Man could go toe-to-toe with He-Man almost, pretty much. So, and that's how Fisto and Ram Man got killed, was basically in through those encounters. Blast Attack almost took them out as well, just with his blasting ability and the fact that you can't wound him while he's reassembling until he's reassembled again. So all in all, the players did get all three of the objectives. There were many other points on the map that they could discover other objects, other people. They summoned a hero using Hordak's spellbooks. So John Blackstar arrived, as well as Cobra Khan, that they were able to control because they had the Crown of Serpents that they had found earlier in the game. So all in all, a great game, lots of fun playing it. If you like painting stuff that's really, really bright, colorful, this is the genre for you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to add it below in the comments. Thanks.